Okay, so we're going to start with our mathematics class for today. So from last meeting, we have learned about the subtraction with regrouping. Okay, so this was our last topic, last meeting, which is on Wednesday. Okay, so for today, we're going to move on with our new topic, which is about multiplication without regrouping. Okay, so we will move on to multiplication without regrouping. Okay, so this is on page 143 of your workbook. Page 143. Okay, so we're going to start with our discussion for today about our topic, multiplication without regrouping. So, first, let's have our vocabularies for today. So, we're going to start with our vocabulary number 1. We have the word multiplication. Okay. Number 2, we have the word regrouping. Okay, one more time. Regrouping. Okay, number 3, we have the word product. Okay. Number 4, we have the word multiplicand. Multiplicand. Okay. Number 5, we have the word multiplier. Okay. In number 6, we have the word horizontal. And number 7, we have the word shortcut. Okay. And number 8, we have the word multiply. Okay, so these are our vocabularies for today. So we have the word multiplication, 2, regrouping, 3, product, 4, multiplicand, 5, multiplier, and number 6, we have horizontal, and number 7, we have the word shortcut, and number 8, we have the word multiply. Okay, so these are the vocabularies that we're going to encounter as we move on to our discussion for today about our topic, multiplication without regrouping. Okay, so first we're going to start with multiplication using the place value. Okay, so we're going to multiply using the place value of the digit. Okay, so we have here on page 143.143 ค่ะ. Okay, so we have here multiplication without regrouping, and we're going to use the multiplication using the place value table. Okay, so we have here example number 1. What is the product of 2 and 234? Okay, so it is asking for the product. When we say product, this is the answer, okay, of these two numbers. So we have number 234 times or multiply to 2. Okay, so 234 here is what we call the multiplicand, and 2 is what we call the multiplier. Okay, so we're going to get the answer or the product. Okay, so we're going to multiply using the place value. Okay, so we're going to start multiplying in the ones place. So we're going to multiply 2 and 4 first, which is in the ones place. Okay, so 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Okay, and next is we're going to multiply to the tens place. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. And the last that we're going to multiply is in the hundreds place. So we have 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So the answer here is 468. So multiplication using the place value table is you're going to multiply starting from the ones to the hundreds. Okay, so that's what we're going to do using the place value of each digit. So the answer here is the product of 234 and 2 is 468. Okay, so let's move on to the next example. Okay, so the next example, which is on page 144, which is multiplication by expanded form. So we're going to multiply using the expanded form of each number. Okay, so we have here in example number 2, multiply 221 by 4. So we have to multiply. So we're going to write in the expanded form. So what is the expanded form for 221? The expanded form for 221 is 200 plus 20 plus 1. Okay, and multiply to 4. Okay, so what is the product? Okay, so we're going to start again in the ones place. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 20 is equal to 80. Okay, 4 times 0 is, 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. So 4 times 20 is 80. Okay, 4 times 200 is equal to 800. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 800. Okay, so next step is we're going to add the product together to get the answer. Okay, so 800 plus 80 is equal to 880, and 880 plus 4 is equal to 884. So the answer here in the first example, we have 221 multiplied to 4. The product is 884. Okay, so next is example number 3, which is multiply 3,210 by 3. So let's write first the expanded form of 3,210. So what is the expanded form? We have 3,000 plus 200 plus 10 plus 0. And multiply to 3. Okay, so what is the product? So let's start multiplying from ones to the thousands. Okay, so 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. So that is 30. Okay, 3 times 200 is equal to 600. Okay, 3 that is multiplied to 0 is equal to 0, and 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So that makes it 600. Okay, 3 times 3,000 is equal to 9,000. Okay, so Next step is we're going to add the products together to get the correct answer. So we have 9,000 plus 600 is equal to 9,600. Okay. 9,600 plus 30 is equal to 9,630, and 9,630 plus 0 is equal to 9,630. So 3,210 times 3 is equal to 9,630. Okay, so that's how we're going to do the multiplication by expanded form. Okay, so let's proceed to our activity. Okay, which is on page 145 of your workbook. Okay, on page 145, we have here the hands-on activity. Okay, so we're going to do this one together. So we have here letter A. Okay, so we're going to multiply this letter A in horizontal way. Okay, so we have 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer here is 468. Okay, so the answer for letter A is 468. Next is in letter B. We have numbers 2,131 times 3. Okay, so let's multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. So the answer for letter B is 6,393. Okay. And letter C, we have number 3,102 multiplied by 3. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So the answer in letter C is 9,306. Okay, so let's proceed to the next activity in do and learn. Okay, so the instruction, find the products. Okay, so we're going to use the place value. Okay, so we will start with the ones place. So we have 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 2 times 2 is equal to 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. So the answer in letter A is 648. Okay. Letter B. Let's multiply 312 by 3. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So the answer here is 936. Okay, letter C. Let's multiply 1,202 by 4. Okay, so 4 times 2 is equal to 8. 4 times 0 is 0, and 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 1 is 4. So the answer in letter C is 4,808. Okay, letter D, we have number. Let's multiply 201 multiplied by 4. Okay, so 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0. And 4 times 2 is 8. So the product in letter D is 804. Okay, letter E, we have 110 times 5. So 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. And 5 times 1 is 5. So the product in letter E is 550. Okay, and letter F, we have 4,102 times 2. So let's multiply from the ones place going to the thousands place. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 4 is 8. So the product in letter F is 8,224. Okay, so if you are finished, let's proceed to the next activity on page 146. Okay, on page 146. Okay, so we have exercise here on page 146. We have exercise number 1. It says there, multiply. So we're going to multiply these numbers. So let's start from letter A. So we have number 200. We have 241 multiplied by 2. Okay, so we're going to write it in this form. Okay, 241 times 2 or multiply by 2. So we're going to multiply from the ones place to the hundreds place. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer in letter A is 482. The product of 241 times 2 is equal to 482. Okay, next is in letter B. Okay, letter B, we have 323 multiplied by 3. So let's write 323 times 3. So let's multiply from the ones place. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So the answer or the product of 323 times 3 is 969. Okay, next is in letter C. We have 432 times 2. Okay, so 432 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times 4 is 8. So the product of 432 times 2 is equal to 864. Okay, so let's move on to letter D. We have 220 times 4. So we have 220 multiplied by 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. So the product of 220 by 4 is 880. Okay, letter E. We have 1008 times 1. So let's write 1008 multiplied by 1. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. And 1 times 1 is 1. So the product of 1008 times 1 is 1008. Okay, so we have letter F. Okay, so we have 2,304 times 2 or multiply by 2. So let's multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times 2 is 4. So the product of 2,304 times 2 is 4,608. Okay, and letter G, we have 3,332 multiplied by 3. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 3 is 9. So the answer here is 9,996. So the product of 3,332 times 3 is 9,996. And for letter H, we have 8,190 multiplied by 1. So let's multiply. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 8 is 8. So the answer here is 8,190. The product of 8,190 multiplied by 1 is 8,190. Okay, so that is for exercise number 1. Okay, so let's proceed to the next activity on page 147. Okay, so on page 147, we have exercise number 2. Okay, exercise number 2, the instruction says, find the products in the expanded form. Okay, so we're going to find the answers using the expanded form. Okay, so we're going to multiply using the expanded form of the numbers. So we'll start with letter A. Okay, so on letter A, we have number 408 multiplied by 1. So we're going to write the expanded form of 408. So what is the expanded form of 408? We have 400 plus 0 plus 8. Okay, multiply by 1. Okay, so we're going to multiply starting from the ones place. 1 times 8 is equal to 8. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 400 is equal to 400. Okay, so next is we're going to add this together to get the product of 408 multiplied by 1. So 400 plus 0 is 400. 400 plus 8 is equal to 408. So the product of 408 times 1 is 408. Okay. Next is in letter B. We have here 120 multiplied by 4. So what is the expanded form of 120? Okay, so we have 100 plus 20 plus 0. Multiply by 4. Okay, so 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 100 is 400. So again, we're going to add this together to get the product. 400 plus 80 is 480. 480 plus 0 is equal to 480. So the product of 120 multiplied by 4 is 480. Okay. Next is in letter C. We have number 2,214 multiplied by 2. So what is the expanded form of 2,214? We have 2,000 plus 200 plus 10 plus 4. Multiply by 2. Okay, so 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 200 is 400. And 2 times 2,000 is 4,000. So the product of 2,214 plus 2 is equal to 4,428. Okay, and letter D, we have 3013 multiplied by 3. So what is the expanded form of 3013? So we have 3000 plus 0 plus 10 plus 3 multiplied by 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 3000 is equal to 9000. So next step is we're going to add this together. 9,000 plus 0 is 9,000. And 9,000 plus 30 is 9,030. And 9,030 plus 9 is equal to 9,039. So the product of 3,013 multiplied by 3 is 9,039. Okay, so that is for exercise number 2. Multiplication by expanded form. Okay, so next is exercise number 3. Find the products. Okay, so we're going to do the horizontal multiplication. So 892 multiplied by 0. So we're going to multiply starting from the ones place. So 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 9 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. Everything that we multiply to 0 is equal to 0. Okay, so next is in letter B. Okay, letter B, we have 121 multiplied by 1. Okay, so 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer is 121. Okay, so everything that we multiply into 1 stays the same. Okay, it will never change. Okay, letter C. 900 multiplied by 2. So 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 9 is 18. So we have 1,800. The product of 900 multiplied by 2 is 1,800. Okay. Next, letter D. We have 302 multiplied by 3. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 906. The product of 302 multiplied by 3 is 906. Next, letter E. We have 3,101 multiplied by 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. So the product of 3,101 multiplied by 3 is 9,303. Okay. Next is in letter F. Okay, so we have 1,200 multiplied by 4. So let's multiply. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. So the product of 1,200 multiplied by 4 is 4,800. Okay? Okay, so let's proceed to letter G. Okay, letter G, we have 1,101 multiplied by 5. Okay, so let's multiply starting from the ones place. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. And 5 times 1 is 5. So the product of 1,101 multiplied by 5 is 5,505. Okay, next is in letter H. We have 1,107 multiplied by 1. So as I have said, anything that we multiply by 1 stays the same. So the product of 1,107 multiplied by 1 is 1,107. Okay, next is in letter I. Okay, letter I, we have 6,000 multiplied by 6. So it is equal to 36,000. Okay, everything that we multiply to 0 is 0. So let's multiply 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So that makes it 36,000. Okay, the product of 6,000 times 6 is 36,000. Okay, letter J, we have 5,001 multiplied by 9. Okay, so let's multiply. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 5 is 45. So the product of 5,001 multiplied by 9 is 45,009. Okay, next is in letter K. Okay, we have 4,022 multiplied by 4. So let's multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 4 is 16. So the product of 4,022 multiplied by 4 is 16,088. In the last letter, we have letter L. We have 7,312 multiplied by 3. So let's multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 7 is equal to 21. So we have the product of 7,312 multiplied by 3 is 21,936. Okay? Okay, so on page 48, 148. Okay, page 148 is our last activity for today. Okay, so we have exercise number 4. The instruction says, tick or check the correct number sentences. Cross out or X the wrong number sentence and correct them. So we're going to check the number sentence if they are correct or wrong. So if they are wrong, we're going to write the correct solution. Okay, so we have letter A. 320 times 2. Is it equal to 620? Yes or no? No, it is not, because 320 multiplied by 2 is equal to 640. So you're going to draw an X if it is wrong. Okay? Okay. Next, we have letter B. Okay, we have letter B. 500 multiplied by 5 is equal to 2,500. Is it correct? Yes or no? So let's try to check. 5,000 times 0 is 0, okay? And 5 times 5 is 25. So that makes it 2,500. So 500 times 5 is 2,500. So it is correct. So draw a check on letter B. Okay. Next is in letter C. 821 multiplied by 0. Is it equal to 0? Yes or no? Okay, so yes, letter C is yes, because I have said a while ago, everything that we multiply to 0 is 0. So it is check. Okay, next is in letter D. Okay, letter D, we have number sentence 4,211 multiplied by 3 is equal to 863. Is it correct? It is not, because 4,211 multiplied by 3 is equal to 12,633. So letter D is wrong. Okay, so the correct answer or the correct product is 12,633. Okay, next is in letter E. We have 8,001 multiplied by 2 is equal to 16,002. Okay, so the product of 8,001 multiplied by 2 is 6,002. So letter E is correct. Okay, letter F, we have 7,200 multiplied by 3 is equal to 21,603. Okay, so is this correct? Let's see. 3 times 0 is 0, but why is it 3? So the correct product of 7,200 multiplied by 3 is 21,600. Okay, so letter F is wrong. Okay, the correct product or the correct answer is 21,600. Okay, letter G. We have 5,134 multiplied by 2 is equal to 10,268. So is this correct? Yes, it is correct. The product of 5,134 multiplied by 2 is 10,268. Okay. Next is in letter H. Okay, so we have 4,132 multiplied by 1 is equal to 4,132. Okay, so letter H is correct because everything that we multiply to 1 stays the same. Okay, so last letter, we have letter I. We have 702 multiplied by 3 is equal to 2,406. Is this correct? Okay, so let's see. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 7 is 21. So the correct product should be 2,106. So the product of 702 multiplied by 3 should be 2,106. So letter I is wrong. Okay, so that is for exercise number 4. Okay, so if you are finished, this ends our activity for today about multiplication without regrouping. Okay, so our activity, what we have done today is 145 to 148. So is everyone finished in these pages? Yes or no?
Yes.
Math class ends today. See you again next week. Okay, so thank you for joining, teacher. Have a nice day, everyone, and bye-bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Okay?
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.